Okay guys, this is Soldier Girl. This is it was supposed to be an unboxing, but literally I already opened it, already put it on, and this is like take 7. And literally, I'm not going to even pretend like it was still in the box, okay? This is the CS411 22-inch corset from Orchard Corsets. This is the pinstripe, which is the one I really wanted to get because it's so pretty, okay? And I really wanted to get one I could wear outside of my clothes. It's not completely closed in the back because I still have to break it in. I have folded my modesty panel back. Now I will tell you guys, I took the modesty panel off of my my other one. It will make lacing up so much easier. I think that lacing up takes so much flipping time because you're constantly readjusting your modesty panel. It took me a minute to get to the point where I could actually cut it off because I really didn't want to mess my corset off. And so I am so happy that I did decide to pull off the modesty panel. Now I'm gonna probably hold on to this one here for a while because I do plan to wear this corset out in public, and it looks cleaner, it looks neater with the modesty panel. Especially if your corset is not closed all the way. Once you wear it closed, it looks better. It doesn't matter whether or not the modesty panel is there or not because it's underneath. But with this one, I will probably most likely not close it while I'm out in public, just because of the awkwardness, the freakiness of it being closed, and I don't necessarily want any of the tension that could come from it. And so I'm definitely gonna just keep it about where it is now, if not a little bit closer, a little bit tighter than this. But I'm definitely not gonna get. I've been getting a ton of questions, but the thing is like I feel like people are not watching the whole video. They're asking questions, not watching the whole video, and then I have to take out the time to go and answer a question that was already in the video. And so I'm just saying, watch the video, or just do your own research. To me, it's annoying. And I don't know if I'm going to get flack for saying it, but it is. It's annoying if I do a video and I talk about a subject and you ask the same question. Is it safe? I answered that in the video. Where'd you get your corset from? It's in the video. You know, there's a line straight down the middle. Either you're over here and you're just like, oh my gosh, that looks so gross, I want to barf. And oh my gosh, you're destroying your organs, poor this, poor spleen. You know what I'm saying? That looks so sick, and how could you do this to yourself, and that looks so freaking disgusting, and what are you doing to yourself, and why can't you just love yourself the way God created you? And then over here I have, wow, you look so beautiful, you're gorgeous, you look like a goddess, oh my gosh, that waist though, that waist though, that waist though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm getting a little bit of everything, and when it comes down to it, Chanel, Soldier Girl, is going to do whatever the hell she wants to do because it's her body. I am not hurting myself, I am not hurting anybody else, and so I feel like if this is something that I want to do to make myself feel better about myself, then guess what? I'm going to do it. At the same time, I feel like you should do you and do whatever it is that makes you feel good. As simple as that, because that's basically what it's going to come down to. I don't do this to please anybody. I do this to please myself, you know. I definitely want to get another corset though already. It's funny because I know when I first started, they say to get corsets in twos so that you can alternate between the two and you're not putting too many hours on one corset. And I can see why now, because that corset, the previous one, oh my gosh, I feel like I ran the wheels off of that one. And so if I had gotten to it at the same time, I would have alternated between the two, and it would have been a little easier on, it would have been easy on both corsets. So, but I understand that it comes down to money, and some of us can't afford to go, and I couldn't afford to go off and get two corsets at the same time. Not just that, but if you're new to corsetting, you don't know how you're going to do. So the last thing you want to do is go spend $150 on two corsets and you don't wear either one of them. You see what I'm saying? So you kind of have to do what you can afford. I say start off with one and see how you do with that corset. And when it's time to move on to the next one, then go ahead and do that. Somebody asked about closing the corset. Once your corset is closed, is it time to move on? If that's your goal, if your goal is to be smaller, then yes, by all means, move on. I was only in my 26 inch for 5 weeks. Once it was closed, it's no longer effective because it's completely closed. Especially if it starts to get to the point where it feels loose. Then you know you need to move on. Before you decide to move corset, for starters, do your research. All right, you do your research. all right? Second to that is you have to decide how often are you going to be able to wear your corset, because for corset training you really truly have to wear it upwards of 20 hours a day, all right, for to see some improvement. All right, you have to wear it. It's corset training. It's training your body to basically all it does is pushes your lower ribs in a little bit, all right, gradually, okay, and that's why it's called corset training. And so you have to decide how often how long are you going to be able to wear your corset. Can you wear it at work? If you can, that's lovely. If you can't, how many hours outside of work are you going to be able to wear your corset? All right, because if your goal is to get a corset and think that you're only going to wear it 5 to 6 hours a day, I believe that's not enough to see results. A lot of women get their corsets and they don't wear them. They get lazy and they get bored, and maybe they don't see results fast enough and they stop wearing them. They get lazy. They don't want to lace them up. And I'm telling you, when you remove your modesty panel, it will be so much faster to lace up. It's not even funny. Other than that, I'm gonna leave it there, and I will see you guys at the end of this week for my week 16 update. Later, guys.